Looks like we're going back to the basics. It's been about 6 months since I made my first ever guide video, and now, 6 months later, Anby's S rank has already been dripped, and is exciting. I also went from a mere 60 subs to over 700, and when I say this, I truly mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys so much for the endless support. I don't know what else to say, as I'm not that good with words, but thank you. I also needed to take a small break as some personal stuff has been happening, and I think I'm more than ready to get back at it. Now, my old videos were pretty bad, so let's change that. Today, we're going to be talking about Anby, the first playable stun unit in the game. She's low-key been power crept by old and new faces, but she's still a viable unit. You just have to work a bit harder now. For your traces, focus on basic, skill, assist, and ultimate. Leveling up these traces are crucial as it not only increases the damage you deal, but also the amount of days you inflict. If you're unsure on what level you want to stop at, then I recommend 6 to 8 or the M5 equivalent 8 to 10. This is a good stopping point as you'll still deal significant days and damage without having to break the bank. For your core skill, I recommend leveling up to D. The reasoning is pretty much the same. It's a safe spot where you can still do the norm while not fully committing. And if you like how the character feels and want to keep using them, then level up the rest. Now, on with the video. For her core passive, Anby will inflict extra days by a percentage when she activates her basic, special, or EX special after her third basic. And when Anby is in a squad that shares the same attribute or faction, she gains an extra 7.2 energy whenever she dodge counters. Anby is a stun unit that focuses on combos to inflict massive amounts of days. Anby has 4-hit combo that when timed well is very strong. After the third basic, there will be a flash of lightning and a sound cue. The moment you hear the sound cue, use either of the following: basic, special, or EX special. This is important because you actually execute these moves considerably faster than when you just use them whenever. Don't forget, you can also combo the moves into each other while still doing the faster versions. For her Mindscapes, Anby's power spikes are her first and second Mindscape. Her M1 increases her energy generation rate by 12% when she lands her 4th basic. Anby's M2 increases the damage of her well-timed 4th basic when hitting stunned enemies. And her EX special inflicts 10% more days when hitting non-stunned enemies. Anby gains some team synergy with her M4. Whenever she launches a chain attack or ultimate, she gives 3 energy to all off-field electric agents. For every 12% energy generation Anby has, she recovers an additional 2 energy up to a maximum of 6. And finally, her M6 gives Anby a little damage boost. Whenever she lands an EX special, she gains 8 stacks of charge. Consuming these stacks with her basic or dash attack gives the respective move a 45% damage increase. For her teams, the 1.0 special with Billy or Nekomata and Nicole is always welcome, especially if you're a new player or free to play. For a mono electric team, Anby with Harumasa or Anton and Rina is also a great choice. And when paired up with Nicole, she can be teamed up with Jiyuan if needed. We also have to remember that not activating Anby's team passive isn't a bad thing. It will make Anby a little worse, but for the sake of flexibility, it's necessary. If any of you guys watching this video has ever played this game, and I know you have, knows what I'm talking about. Until 1.6 comes out, Anby is the only A-rank stun in the entire game. So when push comes to shove, we're gonna have to deal with not having her passives activated. I know this is a long explanation when I could just say, just use her in any team, it's fine. But I know for a fact that some of y'all don't know that some people just skip characters just because they don't like them. So, I don't want to see just pull for Chingyi in the comments. By the way, you totally should pull for Chingyi. For the build, 4-piece disco with 2-piece jazz is going to be your main build. But if you want to slightly sway your build, then 4-piece astral with 2-piece disco is your go-to if you're using Nicole in your team. But with that being said, if Astra is in your team, then 4-piece jazz with 2-piece disco is going to be your best. For 1 to 3, focus on attack percent, AP, and crit. For 4 to 6, I recommend crit rate, electric damage over attack percent, and finally, impact percent. For W engines, Ice J Teapot is her best in slot. The Restrained is going to be her second best, followed closely by Hellfire Gears. Her next best is going to be Steam Oven, and lastly, her own signature. I chose the W engines in this order, as Anby can take advantage of Teapot's damage passive, and she likes to spam basics. And Hellfire Gears is below the Restrained because it wants a wearer that can spam EX specials for a buff that only lasts a few seconds. And that's about it. I made many mistakes in my old guides and I'm looking to redeem myself. Hopefully I was able to do that in this video and can't wait to see you guys in the next one. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
I've got It's my turn!
善良被污蔑，不让希望再破灭。那你预言的未来，但每一步。